All the games were sellouts anyway. The owners already made their money. Yes and no. Yes, they made their money. But no, they didn't make all their money. If I have an arena that can hold 17,000 and only 10,000 shows, well, that's 10,000 people only getting food, beverage, merchandise. I'd rather have 17,000 contributing to my bottom line with food, beverage, merchandise. I'd rather be selling jerseys and t-shirts and hats and...
The Indiana Fever has officially announced that Caitlin Clark will not participate in tonight's Commissioner's Cup final against the Minnesota Lynx. This decision follows several days of uncertainty regarding her injury status, leaving fans frustrated, many of whom made travel plans based on misleading injury updates. Given the severity of her groin strain, Clark's absence from this exhibition game should have been confirmed much earlier. However, both the Fever and league officials appear to have intentionally delayed the announcement to maintain fan interest and prevent a drop in attendance.
Commissioner's Cup tomorrow. Just Aaliyah was just talking about the bag that's on the line. Just how much pride are you guys taking in this, and how bad do you guys want this cup tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, we're taking a lot of pride in it. You know, another opportunity to compete, another opportunity to get better, another opportunity to create a first for this franchise. You know, certainly, yes, the added bonus that our players get is a motivation. But the bigger picture, you know, an opportunity to win a championship, a first championship.
Historical data shows the substantial impact of Clark's absence on league performance metrics. During her previous 5-game absence due to a quad injury, television viewership dropped by 50%, and arena attendance saw noticeable declines. These figures highlight her unique importance to the league's commercial success. The financial model of arena events extends far beyond ticket sales. While games may sell out regardless of Clark's presence, reduced attendance affects secondary revenue sources such as concessions, merchandise, and parking. Team owners aim to maximize these profit streams and avoid any dips in turnout.
This different type of fan stuff, fan gear to 17,000 instead of 10,000. So the WNBA wasn't happy because it's not a good look with one player's out and ratings drop 50%. WNBA is not happy on that front. And then the owners aren't happy on the back half saying, well, I'm losing out on all this money because people aren't showing up. Kathy, do something about this. And Kathy, working for the owners, says, I got you. Say no more. So you know what she did?
League executives likely expressed concern to Fever management about potential financial losses. Clark's previous absence created pressure for both broadcasters and venue operators, who rely on consistent fan engagement. The communication strategy seems intended to maintain optimism among traveling fans until the very last moment. Many supporters who drove long distances or purchased airline tickets only learned of her unavailability after committing to attend, based on incomplete or misleading information.
Here in Indiana, and an opportunity for us to get better and grow.
Talk about getting better against a Minnesota team. How big of a measuring stick game is that going to be for you guys?
It is. It's a measuring stick, absolutely. I mean, they've been the most consistent team in the league. You know, they've been playing great basketball. They've got a lot of continuity with that group. They make it look easy at times with the way that they play on the offensive end and how solid they are on the defensive end of the floor. So it's going to be a great challenge for us.
This pattern suggests coordination between league officials and team management to delay disclosure and reduce financial fallout, rather than offering honest injury timelines. The team labeled Clark's status as day-to-day despite knowing she would miss multiple games. Medical reports suggest she returned too soon from her initial quad injury, possibly contributing to her current groin strain. Her preseason quad issues re-emerged during the regular season, leading to a 5-game absence that may not have allowed for full recovery.
She slid over there to Indiana. Maybe she wrote a nice worded email and saying, hey, Indiana, I get it. Caitlin Clark's going to miss the next 7 to 10 days with a groin strain. She might miss up to 2 weeks. I understand. But I got the owners pissed. Me personally, we're not too happy. The WNBA, we're seeing our public image get tarnished because when Caitlin Clark doesn't play, the ratings just look awful. We got to do something about this. Is what we're going to do, Indiana.
Additional roster challenges, such as player departures for personal reasons and international duty, force Clark to return earlier than medically advisable, which likely compromise her recovery. Overcompensation for the weak quad muscle may have strained adjacent muscles, resulting in the current groin injury. Despite clear signs Clark would not play, Head coach Stephanie White continued making vague public statements. She referenced big picture thinking and possible game time decisions, creating false hope for committed fans, although practice reports showed Clark's absence. Official communication still implied a chance of participation. This disconnect between internal knowledge and public messaging points to intentional misdirection to protect financial interests.
Today kind of speaks out of where this league is trending. Experience your thoughts on the city's chosen and like where the WNBA is going.
Yeah, it's exciting. I keep thinking back to my early days in this league and playing when Detroit and Cleveland had a team back in those days. And of course, Philadelphia, excited about an opportunity to put a WNBA franchise there. There was a great turnout when the
Tomorrow night, how important is that to you and this team, and how much pride are you guys taking it going there?
Clark's growing injury history marks a concerning shift from her previously durable college career. After completing an entire NCAA season without significant issues, she has now missed 7 of 16 WNBA games due to various injuries. The timeline suggests a recurring pattern of inadequate recovery and rushed returns, leading to new complications. The quad strain on May 26 caused a 3-week layoff, followed by a groin injury on June 24th during a game against Seattle.
Next time she's going to miss games, just say she's day-to-day. Just say she's day-to-day. If the fans can't visibly see her leg break in half, just say she's day-to-day. Let's just keep stringing these people along, bringing them along for the ride, so the attendance doesn't dip, so the ratings don't drop that bad, and we'll just list her as day-to-day, 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 and then when we get to game day, you know what we'll do? We'll list her at...
Current betting markets have adjusted for Clark's absence, listing Indiana as heavy underdogs against Minnesota. Her offensive production and leadership are crucial to the Fever's success, making her absence a significant factor. The larger conversation now turns to player health management and team transparency. Choosing short-term profits over long-term player welfare raises ethical concerns. Fans aren't upset about the injury itself. They understand that injuries are part of sports, but they are frustrated with delayed and misleading communication.
Get the win.
Yeah, it's super important, obviously, to see where we match up against Minnesota, because obviously they're a great team, and there's also money on the line, so making sure that you want to leave with the bag. And so for us, it's about focusing on what we need to do, make sure we're playing defense. Obviously, Minnesota, they move well without the ball, they defend well, so we just have to make sure we play an all-around great game.
Have you talked about the bag as a team?
That's the goal right here. I mean, when there's money on the line, what else are you looking at?
What about what you might use?
Cross-country travel requires advanced planning, which becomes impossible when accurate information is withheld until hours before tip-off. Supporters who spend money on flights, hotels, and extended travel deserve clear updates about star player availability. Women's professional basketball faces intense economic pressure, often leading to difficult decisions about when and how to disclose information. Yet the league's long-term growth depends on transparency and fan trust, not on misleading supporters, until their financial commitments are locked in. Delaying bad news to protect short-term revenue may ultimately damage the league's credibility.
Questionable, and then when we get a little bit closer to game time, we'll list her as a game time decision. But then when we're about 6 hours out from the game starting, when people who are driving 5 hours are already 3 hours into their drive, when people who are driving 10 hours to watch are already 5 hours into their drive, when people are flying from Maine to Minnesota and they're currently in the air, when it's too late, that's what...
A better approach would involve honest injury timelines that allow fans to make informed decisions, along with alternative marketing strategies to sustain interest during a star's absence. Promoting other storylines or highlighting emerging players could help maintain engagement without resorting to deception. This situation underscores the challenges facing newer professional leagues that rely heavily on a few star players rather than widespread brand loyalty. Sustainable fan engagement requires a balance between commercial needs and honest relationships with supporters. The Fever's latest announcement finally ended the speculation surrounding Clark's status for tonight's Commissioner's Cup game.
No, it's probably, once it hits my account, like Mama Boston's she's gonna look at that, so that'll be That'll be our job.
With the news of expansion, other cities today, like how cool is that? It just feels like good news as far as that's concerned. It's coming out every year, 3 solid.
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting. I think the league is growing, and I think everyone is tuned in. And once again, it gives more people an opportunity to play in the best league, gives more people an opportunity to say they're professional.
Initial speculation suggested head coach Stephanie White might wait until game time to decide on Clark's availability. However, that prediction proved incorrect as the franchise moved swiftly to clarify the situation. The team's official statement, shared on social media platform X, provided details on tonight's roster. It confirmed that Damiris Dantas remains unavailable due to international commitments with Brazil's national team, while Clark is sidelined with a left groin strain.
Say that she's out. That's when we'll say that she's out. We'll wait for the last possible minute. We'll hold off as long as we possibly can. And then we'll say that Caitlin Clark is out. This I'm not a fan of. I can't co-sign this. Because if you actually followed this, you would know there's no way she's coming back today.
This announcement has sparked widespread discussion among basketball insiders about the timing and decision-making process behind recent events. The reasoning behind some organizational choices remains unclear. During recent press briefings, team leaders emphasized the importance of this game, noting that the Commissioner's Cup is more than just a regular season contest. The financial incentives tied to the tournament add motivation for players, while the Fever framed the game as a stepping stone in their push for a first championship. They also highlighted the opportunity it presents for building competitive momentum.
For us, this is great. This is great. So everyone that gets drafted to these teams, I mean, it's just about coming in and continue to do what you do.
How about Minnesota and the past that you guys haven't had playing?
Yeah, Minnesota's a great team. They move well. Obviously, they have Fee, and their guards do a great job spacing the floor. And so for us, it's about playing that team basketball, make sure we're moving the ball, making sure they have to work on the defensive end, and then also make sure we're getting stops, because obviously they can score at any angle.
What makes the defense so difficult to slow down?
Yeah, I think
Minnesota poses a formidable challenge as tonight's opponent. The Lynx have been the league's most consistent team this season, thanks to their balanced defense, strong defense, and roster continuity. Their smooth ball movement and tactical precision make even difficult plays look routine. This level of execution has established them as serious title contenders.
If you didn't follow this, if you're not lurking all the time, and if you're just a casual fan, you see Caitlin Clark's playing, oh, she's day-to-day, oh, that means she's probably going to be playing by Tuesday, let me get my tickets, let me make my arrangements, boom. And now here we are on Tuesday, she's out. Why even continue to say day-to-day? Just rule her out. Why even bother saying game time decision when we're still 5 hours away from game time to make a decision?
Recent league expansion news has generated excitement throughout the basketball world. The introduction of new franchises highlights the sport's growing popularity and creates fresh opportunities for professional athletes. Cities like Detroit, Cleveland, and Philadelphia, all rich in basketball tradition, promise to elevate the league's national profile. Players have expressed enthusiasm about expansion, citing increased roster spots and visibility as major benefits. For both newcomers and veterans, the league's growth offers more chances to shine. As tonight's matchup approaches, the Fever acknowledge it as a key measuring stick. While the Commissioner's Cup offers financial rewards, competitive pride remains the driving force behind their effort.